Should we get started?
This one will be on.
Team of Chicago on there live tonight.
Con, we got some.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
sound.
we good.
Alright.
We have it out there.
Alright, let me change the Mac and be in spirit. Then I don't know why that's not on Malcolm. Salakia.
People's gotta stop it. People.
Shalom, shalom.
Oh, there it is.
Con.
Alright, shalom, shalom. Now, we are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors into our apostles, double honors to our elder bishops, the Connecticut heads, to our fellow laborers that do this work, in truth and sincerity, to the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathens that look like the heathens,
Right.
and to these the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. All right. In this lesson, if you can see, the title is called a leopard can't change its spots, and just having a conversation with the honorable brother Asha. We had a conversation, and that's the spirit came out that this is what the title was going to be, because we were talking about all these different movies where Esau write himself to be the hero, and then all this transhumanism that they're really pushing hard for real, with this AI technology and these robots, and what was that movie with Johnny Depp, Transcendence?
The Matrix.
The Matrix. They really are, and it's almost every cartoon, whether it be an adult like type cartoon, because they have these adult animated movies that really aren't for children at all.
Right.
Or even if it's some so-called friendly Disney stuff, it's all about witchcraft and transhumanism, and all leading up to the MOTB, and all the different sciences, the all the little shows where they mix the animal DNA and that whole sort of thing. So that's what we're going to kind of go into in the spirit, and also about these women, especially it seems because all women do it, and all the women in the tribes are doing it, but it seems to be really popular with the Judite woman to get this BBL. When the funny thing is that the Judite woman, going back to the 70s and in the 80s, it was known for they butts, they hips, they had that, and some still do, but a lot of them don't, and they trying to get around their curses. They can't change their spots either. So the lack of hair, it's real easy when you look at the curses. Somebody get that real quick about the woman. Is it in Isaiah
4? I was on my way getting it right now.
And you can't get around and get it in Deuteronomy 28 and 45, 46.
That came in my spirit.
Because the Lord, brother, push that door up, man. That heat coming in here, boy. Water, brother. Yeah, you making me hot looking at you, brother. You come with that. Right, that jacket. Right.
Toasty as hell.
Hood on, hoodie. Right.
And I got the Isaiah 3.
Okay, get that Deuteronomy first, because when you're looking at all the curses that is upon Israel, both the men and the women, it's no denying who the people of Israel are. If you just read the curses, it just shuts everything else down. Because when you stand back and you look at what groups of humanity are experiencing the curses in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, there's no other people. Hey, look, man, I'm not gonna say nothing about the Holocaust, all right, because that's enough to cancel the video and the channel and everything else. But what I'm gonna one thing I will say is that does not merit or match up to the curses that are in Deuteronomy 28 chapter in no way, form, or fashion.
Nope.
All right, because this was these curses were perpetual and non-ending.
That's right.
That incident lasted for a few years.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
This is an extremely powerful testimony scripture and prophecy.
Yeah.
All right, because it said it will be a sign, a mark.
Right.
So all you'd have to do is read the curses from the 16th chapter to the 68th chapter, and you match those curses up with whatever people are on the face of the earth today, and it's gonna and I can tell you this, it has nothing to do with the people who refer to themselves as Jewish or Caucasian in any way, form, or fashion.
Right, in those
whatsoever.
in those verses.
They have not experienced those things, and they are not experiencing those things. Go ahead, brother.
No, it says in those verses, like you said, 16 through 68, it talks about somebody being the head and being the tail. So how can they be the bankers, the financiers, the jewelry store owners? How can they be the head and the tail?
Right.
You can't be
At
both.
the same time. Can't be both.
Right, you can't be both. You can't. That's why I refer to them, particularly Amalek, as the victim villains, because they're really the villains playing the victim. You know, because they own all these different alphabet labeled organizations that basically prevent you from talking about historical facts about certain incidents and making it enough to where they'll delete or demonetize people's videos for even bringing up legitimate questions. You know, not even saying anything derogatory, just asking a legitimate scientific question, you know, concerning, or historical question concerning the matter.
That's right.
All right, which if anyone, you know, a matter or something that happened around World War II, but just bringing up evidences and asking questions that are actually legitimate questions or statements, and you just get blackballed and called an anti something,
Well,
you know, as a result of it.
Yeah, because they're in, like it says, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So it's in the power of their hand to hide the truth. It's in the power of their hand to play the victim and to fool you like they are the victim, like they are these people who this happened to. They have the power to play that, but if you actually look at what's going on in the world and the people, it says that this is a sign. All the curses from Deuteronomy 28 verse 16 all the way down to 68, it's a sign on a particular people, like, hello,
That's us.
you know what I'm saying? Here we are. You know, this is the sign. All right, and the sign does not fit those people that's in our land today.
Anyway, what's formal fashion? Another thing I'll say, and then I'm had nothing to say else about the subject matter, is that the truth doesn't need legislation to protect it.
Right. Right. It's crazy y'all mentioning it, because I never, even though I know about the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, I could never make it through the whole thing. But if you watch that, it's on YouTube. But Goodbye Uncle Tom, hell, you could just watch that movie and just go through Deuteronomy 28 and see who was talking about.
Yeah, you can, frame by frame. You need to watch the whole thing. Watch it in bits. Watch even if it's just 15, 20 minutes at a time, because it's about a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, that shit brought tears.
And it is hard to watch, but and I'm amazed that they even left it up on YouTube.
But they let everything else.
And then right, because the whole movie is up on YouTube, and I remember doing a video about maybe almost a year ago, using it and just let it play. And while I was looking and reading something, a scene came on where they showed the woman's breast and all that.
Oh, they
deleted my video for nudity. I'm like, wait, why'd they delete? You know how you get the notice and say, yeah, well, you've got a strike for violating the so and so. But I'm like, but the video's still on YouTube.
Right.
And so, what's the difference? Right. So I can't show some titties on my video, which I wasn't even trying to do. Literally, had I seen it, I probably would have fast forwarded.
Right.
But I was looking down, reading some at the time, so I didn't even know that was in the video.
They did me on that.
I let it play. It just goes to show you the hypocrisy of this man. But the video with the titties in it is still up.
Right. See, you go to YouTube. You got the video put on your YouTube channel. You got it from another
but I
YouTube
get a strike
channel.
and a deletion.
You
you violated our policy, but I'm like, but it's your platform.
You're not us.
Well,
I told you. Just like the other day, we watched that video. Well, I said it. The proof?
Oh, God.
The
The
proof
dude asked for the proof, and he was like, well, I need to see the proof. And the dude was like, well, I gave it to you. And he was like, no, you didn't. You just said it. Well, because I said it.
That was the proof.
Yesterday, me and Benji were driving to camp, And Benji scrolled on the live on TikTok where the girl's literally getting clapped live on TikTok, but all you can hear is the noise. And she had over 10,000 people sending gifts and stuff. But here it is: you use one rude speech, you get blocked.
Or you tell
That's
the truth.
crazy.
She was literally getting clapped live,
And
but you couldn't see it.
Right, but she had the
But
sound.
you can hear it and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And her moaning and groaning and shit. Right. Wow. Wow.
Hey.
It goes like the Seinfeld clip with Kramer. That's still up. Like the Mashba made the video. Here it is. You have a whole video of this ish, basically berating. You know what I'm saying? A Jake.
Right. He's a nigger.
Yeah. And that's still up, and that's still okay. And that nobody has a problem
They
with
got
that.
songs called nigga that's on Haratza, nigga, and that's still up on what the You have banned, BANNED, banned racist cartoons that you can still pull up on YouTube, but you can't do it or you can't say it.
Well,
And they don't strike them and they don't take this other shit down because they don't mind things that we can say all day. Don't call me black. Black is racist. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be associated being called nigga, black, white,
And it really is, especially when you understand what the word black means. And you still, and hard-headed ass stupid Jake, you still can't get it through their head that by referring to yourself as that or allowing them to refer to you as that, it's racist as hell. And speaking of that, I was looking at a thing where you got to fill out what your race is today, and I was like, that's how you know that all this whole being an American is bullshit. Because why isn't everybody just American? Why you got to be all that? And then I learned today that every so-called Hispanic or Latino in Florida is considered white.
No, it's not only Florida.
You have to put. You can't put anything. So basically, that means that what that goes to show you once again. That a leopard can't change his spots. That their numbers are so low.
Can I give you
That they're so weak. They're so destroyed that they're even taking people of color and now claiming them just so they can have some sort of relevance, some sort of numbers, so that they can and that basically politically that still keeps them in power over money and fundings and that whole sort of thing. That's what that's all about.
Because a lot of people identify as white when they're second generation. Most of them, Ricky Rubio, all these other.
Yeah, well, you got you got so-called Hispanics all across Florida that's as dark as Lahab. Cubans, Dominicans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. All right, they just as brown as Lahab, man.
You gotta get it one more time.
Right, exactly. You got Hispanic people. You got Arabs and Africans. Because Somalians, I found out, Somalians and Ethiopians are labeled as white.
Yeah.
They put it on Lahab again. Darkness. You just start right.
Darkness.
So in America, you come because they come to America and all of a sudden they white.
Hey, but you remember was teaching them on Steak and Adams and the little Egyptian girls came up and we were talking about how they came and a lot of the foreigners they classified them as white.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Even you can come from Nigeria, you can come from another. They'll say, okay,
well, not the Nigerians.
Right.
But if you coming from Northeast Africa or Egypt, they will actually label you as white because that fits the lie that they created about the region.
Yes.
Trying to make that region everyone because they also have white and they'll say Caucasus Mountain blah 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 or North Africa Middle East.
Yep.
I'm like, what? No. Well, the only part about North Africa, Middle East that was true was that is where Esau Edom was born.
Is it?
But as far, you know what I'm saying?
South of Israel.
You're in Petra, Jordan.
South
Mount
of Israel.
Seir, south of Israel. That's it. The rest, you were the only, and until Esau was born, everybody in that region was brown complected. Point blank, period. Like on the video, I saw a video that a brother put up on TikTok that he sent to me. And this sister was recording this Asian woman, all right, who had went dug in her purse, and she was like, and then at the end, the Asian woman was trying to say, I'm Asian too.
No, she said she's black.
No, she said I'm Asian too. I'm black too. See, it went over your head. It went over everybody's head. What she was trying to say is that
Asiatic.
I'm Asiatic. That we both come from Asia Minor, Asia Major. That people there were black. That's what she was trying to say. And it still went over almost everyone's heads who was watching it. I put the comment on there. That's literally what the Moabite was trying to say. that she knows that her people were originally dark.
Right.
That's because the girl was like, "No, you're not black," and she was trying to say, "No, but I'm Asian too," and people still didn't get that shit. It went right over their heads, man. All right. So, nevertheless, man, when it comes to the end of the day, man, a leopard can't change his spots, man. These Edomites want to be something clearly that they're not. All right. They want to be the people of the Lord because the people of the Lord are promised that power. All right.
I got the Jeremiah 13:23 just for the
Go get it.
topic.
I drank too much water. I gotta go get it. Slide.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. All right, and like the elder said, you got Esau, Edom, you got the heathens, you got 2/3 of Jake, all trying to change their lanes. You can't do so, and you can try, but the Lord's going to reveal you in the end, man. All right, that's why you're going to be thoroughly exposed. You have something?
Yeah, because everyone is set up, to do what they're set up to do
right.
according to the will of the Father. Everybody is going to play their role, man. All right, I'm going to bring out this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and 13.
Perfect.
It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liking him best. All right, so to man and woman, all right, no matter what nationality you are and whatever, because right here in this verse 10, jumping up a little bit, it says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth, and much knowledge the Lord have divided them. So the men that stem from Adam, all right, the Lord divided them into different nations of people, right? He said, and made their ways diverse. So whatever innate ways each nation have, which ultimately comes to your customs, your heritages, how you live on the earth.
Not only that, but it's specific. The Most High gave people specific roles. If you look at Hiram and what did Solomon use Hiram for? They're Navy.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were very expert in shipbuilding. Why wasn't everybody experts in shipbuilding? Because they were experts in shipbuilding. If you look at the Iskarites, why did the Lord give them a gift to see the signs of the stars? Because the Lord said, out of all the 12 tribes of Israel, I want this tribe
He
to
rendered
to them the ability to read the stars so they'll know how to go and to understand the signs of the times.
Yeah.
The Lord will give a particular race, like even look at out of all the Edomites, who is the brainchild of Esau? Edom. Who is what modern day what? Germans. But guess who's the muscle? Russia. Russia. Who's the muscle of Babylon?
Even
Border with
even Moab. Even Moab has the scripture say Moab is my wash pot. And you look at a lot of who's doing the cleaning, your nail salons, your cleaning services.
They really are.
They actually pretty clean. They pretty clean. I worked in a Moabite factory, and this dude was snapped if it was like something on the ground. Like this the cleanest factory I ever worked in ever. This shit was spotless, and his biggest thing was clean. You got to be clean.
They'll eat a rat.
Eat a rat. Yeah,
he might have been Ammon, man.
Con.
Ammon on that neat shit. Moab is actually kind of.
Oh, okay,
nasty.
con.
Ammon is very, very neat. You got them mixed up. Because when I was in Japan, man, and I'm telling you, for a place that's so heavily populated, I never saw a speck of trash on the ground anywhere.
Shit.
And they're very Japanese, and the Japanese are very orderly, while the Chinese are very disorderly. All right.
Okay, so
even when you watch that movie, that series that we all watched, that trippy shit. What was the Squid Games?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How naturally they just got in lines and orders. I was standing at a bus depot in Japan, man, and it was one of them busy bus depots where it's probably about like 30 different buses came there, and every bus stop the people were in a straight line. And I was tripping on that. And I'm like, these are civilians. The only people I seen line up like that is military people. The only people that have that kind of order. But the first person would walk up and stand in the spot, and everyone would file in line on them. So that wasn't. So it just
That's
wasn't
a lot
some
of orders.
chaotic
Yeah,
crowd
right,
where everybody
right.
just sitting around. Everybody
And
was
then
in
trying to
order.
bum rush like niggas.
Yeah. And they went. They
Let me
did
just get it
everything. But in China, everything's disorderly. So they got
Yeah.
different. They brothers, but they got different spirits,
Yeah,
man.
come.
Right. So ultimately, everybody has their God-given nature.
God.
Okay, God-given nature, and guess what? This is why the world is so chaotic, because everyone is trying to go outside of their
The
nature.
nation.
Yeah, and because everyone's been following behind the wicked.
I got something.
All right, they've been, get that, and somebody grab that. His tongue walketh through the earth,
Okay.
because the majority of the earth is under the vibration of Esau, Edom, and
Yeah.
that's why everything's so out of
Exactly.
course.
That's it.
Mainly, like with these women.
Yes.
And in every society in the past, when women were elevated to a status, those societies they all collapsed.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what you're witnessing now.
That's
This
it.
is Isaiah 10:15. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify himself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood. And that's basically when like you said, the leopard can't change your spot. You can't change what the Most High ordained you to be. Your
program.
In your program. And if you do, you will be corrected. And that just is it. And that correction will not be gentle. It most likely, unless you repent, be grievous. All right, all these, especially for 2/3 of Jake. When we go to the BBL, like you were saying, we got some stuff to show, and to just these different nations. Man, you've been changing. Surely you're turning things upside down. Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. You can't keep doing what you want to do, boasting yourself up, because what you're doing in actuality is hurting yourself and everybody else,
Hey.
and especially the righteous Israelites who are doing the work of the Most High. So the Most High is going to shut it down.
And Esau know that. Like if you watch the movie Loki, the series Loki,
told me that. I gotta peep.
he who remains, him at the end, that was his whole thing. What was it? A deviant or something? Basically, somebody who went against what they were supposed to do. He'd take them because they all set what's supposed to happen. He was always set things how it's supposed to happen, and they was like, "Well, free will." He's like, "Nope. I read it down. I know everything. I know this. I know that." And they also show you that reincarnation, because he said it. Reincarnation. I'll be back. I'll see you again. He pretty much told him, but pretty much in the movie, pretty much said, and Esau know it, that look, you made to do this one thing. This what you gonna do. If you do anything else, it's pretty much bullshit. You
Right,
know,
and
just like
after-
Esau
and
was created to be the
like-
Lord's sword. You know,
Come, man, and like after your mission is completed, man. Like we were talking earlier about the fool who the stupid security guard who's now 34 years old and being charged with murder. Well, with what is it, manslaughter, for shooting at a assailant almost a block away. The dude is a block away. He's no longer a threat to you.
you can't
Right,
even shoot
and
nobody in the back
And
anyway.
he shot. Well, sometimes you know, like we'll hear about these stories where cops shooting people in the back, and I learned that sometimes
Yeah.
guys are running away shooting.
Come.
They actually
Oh,
shooting
shit.
when,
Wow.
especially when they think they're on their tails. Then when they get hit in the back, you know, everybody
Right,
think
right,
that you
yeah.
know. And then you find out that they was actually,
He was actually busting
shooting as they
back,
was
right.
running. They running doing this, and then they get hit in the back, and then
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh man, he shot him
Shot
in
him
the back."
No, he was
Yeah,
shooting
sometimes
back.
it'd be more to this.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be, but he was facing you and had you, and you was like this, and he turned around after you shot.
Well,
It could be a
sometimes they
million
get
scenarios.
shot and they get spun.
spun around, yeah.
So that happens
Yeah.
too. But nevertheless, you know, not defending no
Oh,
dirty ass
right,
cop.
judgments.
But you know, people be born just to get judged, man. Like he said, that be spirits created, man. And you can't tell me that wasn't divine intervention, because it said that the Lord controlled all matters of death is controlled by the Lord, man. So that dude fired that shot and it hit the wall and ricocheted off the wall and went into the bank and killed a 55-year-old black woman, so-called black woman. Right, and killed her in the bank, man. Which
Delete.
means the Lord, she stopped, got out of her car, parked, walked in there, and was standing in that spot at that particular time, man. This
So
was
that
the Lord.
bullet come in
That was a
and
guided
Yeah,
bullet.
so
Guided bullet.
so it was meant for her to die. Now the public can't see that, won't understand that. Well, how could he say that? Well, because the Lord said it, man. He clearly said all matter of death belong unto him, man.
I got another one.
Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
Somebody posted it in the comment section. The coming of Shiloh 144. He put Proverbs 20 and 24. A man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own ways?
Right. So how and I know this dude was an armed security officer. That means that he went through some pretty thorough training. He knew better than to shoot. But nevertheless, he knew better than to shoot at a man that's a block away that's fleeing away from you.
That's right.
That was because he was still angry.
He was in his emotions.
He was in his emotions
Exactly.
because they had up close. They had already had a gunfight, and he wanted some get back. He was mad because this dude had shot at him and wanted to get his lick back. All right. So when he thought he had a clear shot, he take a shot at a dude that far away, and end up killing somebody else. But it's like, look, idiot, you on the street. There are other people in front of that guy. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Right.
But a man's goings is not. He had no idea.
And he had trusted in that badge, think that he was untouchable too.
And
Well, he wasn't a cop.
Right.
He was a security officer. On top of that, he went way above and beyond his jurisdiction. His jurisdiction was right there where he was. He was hired to defend and protect that area and keep order and safety in that right where he was.
Once the
Well,
plea
really-
deal was done.
And he's really supposed to just
observe
and report.
That's all he's
All right.
doing.
If the man was in the vicinity and he's really supposed to observe and report. And then if the guy is a threat to his life or anyone's around him, like
in his
then
location.
he had to in that location. Then he had the right to draw his firearm and defend himself or the people around him. But when that dude left the area, he should just let that dude go.
And what's crazy, they also tell you, and she probably got hit with an F and J because they tell you in security. So they tell you supposed to have hollow points because when it hit something, the hollow point actually explode. So
Yeah, you're right. He probably did. The Full Metal Jacket.
Right.
You brothers that don't know what he just said.
So basically,
He was fired. He had a round.
He wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, that's a round.
She was meant to die.
She was marked for death.
She was meant to die.
Benji put in Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Mm-hmm. They all story fillers. You gotta have the good guys, you gotta have the bad guys. It's the whole deal of Yahweh Shem Shai's story, man. And that's
he
what
was supposed to have a weapon. I think he's a convicted felon, so he wasn't even supposed to have a weapon.
He didn't have a weapon. He grabbed a weapon from the his buddy or somebody he was talking to, which had the secure.
So that's right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
he did.
that's
Right.
right.
He didn't even have. He was a security guard without a weapon.
So he was
grabbed
an
his buddy's-
unarmed security.
That's right. That's right. And he grabbed his
He
buddy's
grabbed
weapon
a guy,
and
an armed
ran-
security guard.
Yeah, and no. He grabbed his buddies he was talking to in the establishment and then ran out the door and shot down
Give me your
the
gun.
street.
Give me the strap. Give me the strap.
That's right. He didn't even have a weapon.
You can't make
He wasn't even allowed to have a weapon.
Because they locked his ass up for it. He was a convicted felon. He wasn't supposed to have an arm.
So he ain't
Yeah, he's
put
a
up good shot
convicted
in pocket.
felon. How did he get a job as a security officer?
because it's loophole. Because it's loophole.
Wow. Hey, well, that goes to show you this is what happens in a society where the wicked ruleth, man.
It's loophole. Because it's like, because right now what's happening is a lot of the perk cards, they taking a real long time to come back. So a lot of security companies, because I work security, they'll let people work as long as they show they filled out for their perk card. And a lot of they supposed to come by and check, but they stay away from certain sites and they won't ask certain people. But as long as you took the course and you show them that you paid
So it's
for
a
it,
loophole to get money just to put an officer there so you
just,
get that money for
because
that
the only thing they
contract.
care about is the body. They don't care about they don't care about like they even
They
tell
want
us
that contract, so
Right.
they need to put a body there.
they need to be able to put a body
And for the
there.
record, just for the record, man, Esau, you're a fucking devil. This shit is fucking confusion as fuck. You talk about us convicted murderers and convicted felons and shit. Nigga, you a convicted goddamn
biggest felon.
a slaver. You a convicted murderer. You a convicted fucking molester. You convicted everything because you have came and killed and slaughtered and
He's a
raped and
thief.
robbed, man.
Every place where hey, look, your home is Petra,
Thank you.
Mount Seir. All right, you call it Petra today in Jordan, man. All right, that's your home. Every place else where you are on this planet, all right, you are on stolen land.
That's it.
You're on stolen property.
Yep.
All right, that's why it says that he's a vagabond and never keepeth at home, man. All right.
True.
Okay, you got it. Salaki, bring your scripture.
I had
No, both of y'all have one. Bring them out, brothers.
this is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that even I am He,
and there's no God with me. I kill, I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Piggybacking what the brother said, Yahweh Shema Shai is in complete control of everything. He's the one who does the killing. Nobody else is doing it. Yahweh Shema Shai sanctions everything. I kill and make alive.
He used you, the person that's the instrument of death. He's the one.
That's crazy.
He put that spirit on him to do what he did. It
That
was
demon
stupid.
said, grab his
But
gun.
then, and he probably trying to figure out why the hell did I do that.
Right.
He probably still just sitting. He's sitting in jail right now. Damn, I was free getting cheeks just the other day. Now I'm fighting for my cheeks. This shit is crazy. You know?
Keep off my cheeks.
Right.
He ain't getting out. Yeah, it's a rap for him. Yeah, he ain't going.
That's a convicted felon of murder.
Yeah, well, if he's a convicted felon in murder, he's probably gangbanging. He got set up in there anyway. So
But it's crazy.
he back home.
Because even in security, they tell you, like, if you every round that leaves your fire, your weapon, you're accountable for every bullet that leaves your weapon. So they count your shells, and then they actually go pinpoint where these rounds
That's
hit.
what policemen too.
Yeah.
You got. Yeah, you can't. You're right.
Yep.
That's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when even in the military, you bring a M16 you've been on post back. Guess what? You got X amount of clips in your pouch, and the one in your 16. And guess what? All them rounds are accounted for.
Yeah.
You better be sure that when you turn all that in, guess what? The guy's gonna push that clip and make sure all them rounds are in the damn clip.
They gonna count it. Yeah, we had that barrel with all the sand in it.
That's right.
You put the barrel in and you clear the weapon. You know,
That's
the sergeant of the guard would, and they would clear the weapon, and then you would hand over your rounds to the next guy coming on post with his own weapon. Then he took the clips and then that's how they did it, man. When you change posts.
Real quick, this is
Order.
Matthew's 10:29. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your father.
There it is, man. So all matter of life and death belong unto the Lord, man. So when someone dies, man, they've been ordained to die. Ain't no such thing as an accident.
That's true.
Humans will use that word, well, accidental death. But no, man, the day you climbed up on that ladder, like that
told you not to do
that Mo that live in that new building that they built right there on Division in LaSalle. Right there on the Gold Coast. And I think he lived on the 30th floor or something like that.
Wow.
Went on his balcony to put up some Christmas lights, and fell off his balcony, fell to his death. And that's probably about.
He had time to think about it.
Yeah, he had time to think about it. He saw that shit coming.
So I said, well, I left my cognac on the kitchen table. I wish I had that.
The
But
dude
yeah.
that jumped in the quicksand.
Oh, that
was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Now this is how you do it. Okay, I'm gonna jump.
That was pride. That was a stupid, prideful nigga, man. And I can only imagine what went through his mind when he realized,
Ain't come up out of it.
wait, that this, what was the Dave Chappelle skit? This is when being prideful goes wrong. And at this moment, he knew he had fucked up. All right, gonna jump his ass in some quicksand and put the camera on, set the camera up. I'm jumping in the quicksand to tell you I can survive and get out of this.
Not
And,
that
and the people who were sad about it was the Edomites.
Then check this one.
Okay,
See nobody? Yeah, she slipped.
Oh, that's edited.
it's
right
edited.
down to it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's edited.
That is
though.
edited.
Yeah.
She just fell in the regular ocean. They made it look like that.
Oh, okay. Still,
yeah.
that shit can kill her too. She get snatched up and pulled out.
Oh,
Man.
yeah. You can still get
Yeah,
jacked up.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
Them jagged ass rocks down there
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you up,
Scrape
bro.
your cheeks.
And it's like the woman that was in Chicago who was walking with her husband. That raggedy ass. No, the brick fell off that church.
That
down
that was on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
And
Cracked
the brick
it right in her
fell
shit.
right. That was a
Yeah, that's like
strategic
16th
strike.
in
The
Michigan.
one chick that
Yep.
dropped her phone on the train tracks. And
Went
the
to get
train
her phone.
she went to go get her phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, rolled up.
She
on the
got
blue
balled.
line
She
or
got
something.
balled up there.
Yeah, she got
I
balled
actually saw that clip. She got her innards got sprayed over everybody that was on the platform. And it was crazy too. There were men on that platform who could have easily grabbed
security.
her hand and pulled her up.
And-
But they were everybody was so in shock, I guess, You know.
No, the security company I used to work for.
I saw
that's why
somebody leaked that footage because I saw it.
Because the security company I used to work for at the time, they had the K9 units. These niggas lazy as fuck. They don't do shit. They don't do shit. And that's one of the main reasons they lost that contract.
Oh,
because
of
of what happened to that woman.
Oh, the
Because
dude, all he had to do was reach out his hand.
He could have helped her.
They could have pulled her up.
And pulled her up. Yep.
Because that train came around that corner and spun her between the concrete.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah,
her body was everywhere, and everybody on the platform got sprayed with her blood and guts. So it fucked everybody else up. But it wasn't just. But it wasn't just one the security guy. There were like 3 or 4 men. There was 3 or 4 men on that. They could have grabbed her by her hands and pulled her right up, man.
Yeah, I seen a guy, a Jake, getting to it with an Edomite, and they were on the platform. The Edomite tried to go swing at the Jake. The Jake popped him, and dude goes while lose his balance. Guess who picked him up?
The same Jake that cracked him.
Jake that cracked him and pulled him up, and then basically, and then they worked it out. They hashed that shit out. But just to back up what you said, anybody could have done it. But see, that shows you the care of people. The love of many is wax cold, man. They don't give no fuck about people.
Because literally it was meant for her to die.
That's it.
And from the footage, man, she looked like she was an attractive sister, man.
Yep. Sometimes
but she was just she was
wicked,
just
attractive. She was probably attractive, wicked ass.
Yeah, I'm fine, sexy bitches.
Yeah.
For those who remember where that come from. Remember that, yeah? Yeah, fine, sexy bitches. Remember on the line? He was up there all, about 3 or 4 fine, sexy bitches came into the line. This is back in the day. Elder Not the Naya was there, and we all, man, when a lot of beautiful bitches come to the line, brothers be like all over perky, It's like, hey, because we all hot.
Shalom.
Yeah. We sit up there like, yes, the Most High this, the Most High that, whatever. When Elder Not the Naya cut them for something they said, and they disrespected him, and was like, now fuck you, mother. Fuck you, dumb, ugly. No, we said, dumb, you fucking beautiful, fine, sexy bitches. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck you fine and sexy, but you're wicked. Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit was so funny,
She gonna die in her wickedness.
Yeah, the Lord will fuck up a fine, sexy bitch. And it's coming to the record, coming back to the BBL thing, a lot of you motherfucking fine, sexy bitches are not happy with the sexy.
Well, you know what? Because the Lord, a lot of them ain't fine no more.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, see, that's these women trying to get around those curses, man.
That's it.
Did we ever read that Isaiah? The round
I got it on
bring it up because the Lord said He was gonna take away your cheeks. He said He's gonna take away your hair and give you a scab. So you got all these black women whose hairline start way back here. Because my hair's starting to thin right here.
It's starting in verse 16 right here.
Con. But I'm a man. So, I just wear it low.
My baby mama got none on the side, boy. She like, that's my baby hair. No, bitch, you bald.
Right, exactly. You ain't got none. Right, your hair, you literally you looking like you're in a Chinese movie, a damn Korean War movie or something. All your hair right here with a long ass braid. Like, it was a long ass.
Right.
Umbak.
They look like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Right.
This, you got it, Pops? You want me to read it?
No, you read it.
Right, this is Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse. Moreover, the Lord. Because you know what? These bitches don't understand. This is how we are. We laughing at their ass. They sit there, first of all, their high hairlines now used to be here, but now these are women who have hairline right here. Because they put them little them perms, them goddammit relaxers, or these tight micro braids to the point where you talking about a man has a receding hairline, they have a receding hairline not on the top, but on the sides too. How do your sides and the back all recede? That's what they say, because you got that one little
be proud as hell. It's
like
Goro.
Right here on top, man. Right. Fuck out of here.
I know you're talking about a woman.
Goro, Mortal Kombat, Goro. They got the
Goro. They're Goro.
Goro, yeah, Goro. Yeah.
With the extra arms.
But some of them look like that. The wide ass shoulders. They got the narrow hips, them wide shoulders, them fat backs.
Flat
ass, and hair only on the top. It ain't even theirs, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Pop that one up on the bottom in the middle.
That's the nigga woman right there.
That's right. That's it. There it is.
Look at that.
What's that?
Right, like,
Tales of the Crypt.
right, like,
There it is.
Goro about to whoop your ass. And a lot of them looking like little linebackers. We was just saying it earlier, man.
I just said it
Like
too,
they gon'
man.
you know, they gon' straight stop your ass from coming up the middle, man.
Orders room. I put it in the orders room, Joe. She put glue on her shit.
The
To
gorilla
put a
glue.
whole wig on. The bitch is completely bald headed, man. It's her scalp is just glue, man.
Yeah, so that's the and guess what?
A lot of them
That's
put their hair for the
that's one of the
wigs.
curses how you would identify who the Judite woman is. All right, that is a curse that the Lord put upon them. All right, which is kicked in now, because going back in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s they had their hair.
I got this.
That curse kicked in. That curse kicked in the 90s, late 90s, going into the 2000s, man.
Yeah,
Because I always said, man, so-called black women. When I was a teenager and an adolescent in grade school, man, they don't look like that anymore. I remember all my school teachers were absolutely gorgeous, man. I was in love with all my teachers, man.
I only had
They
one.
all my teachers was looking like Thelma from Good Times, man.
Damn.
From the third grade is all of them.
I got
All right,
this.
go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there should be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty.
Right, and that's why a lot of our women don't got that beauty neither like they used to, man.
That beauty is gone
They
from
beauty.
them, man.
A lot of our women got that funky box.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Funk box.
Don't matter how much they
It
clean it, it
stinks
still
to high
stink.
hell.
You know what I mean?
Remember that one Mikey brought by the house and spopped the whole house up?
I don't remember that.
No, now that's enough. That's enough.
TMI.
Yeah, we all didn't experience some funk box.
Yeah.
I didn't experience some so bad. I just had to make an excuse why I couldn't do this.
Hey, but what's crazy?
You know, this wrong, baby.
But
You know what? It ain't you, it's me. I
want to ruin this.
But what's-
me.
but
You
what's-
know, you're right. I don't want you to think like I don't respect you. That shit was kicking, man. It's like right. You know, if it's stinking like that, you don't want to run up in it, man.
Hey, cause
And now I know what that means.
God,
Now we actually know what that means. That stench comes from a woman being with too many men. You done had too many men blow off in you.
Their diet.
Yeah, and their diet. Eating the diet, smoking.
God.
Eating those abominable
Crab
foods.
legs and
Yeah, it had all that abominable foods. It has a toll on your body, and that smell, and of course receiving all the different fluids from all those different men. It takes a toll on your body.
And it changes your pH, the pH balance.
The pH
of the woman,
balance.
and then that next thing the woman stank.
hey,
No matter how much she clean herself or take a shower, as soon as she get wet,
get the sweating.
yeah, so
Moving
right,
that meat
yeah,
around.
don't let her bust. It's over.
That
It's
shit
just like, oh damn.
Yeah, because it was crazy. It's a saying, you go online and you see all the memes. A lot of the men, whether it's an Israelite or a Southern Kingdom, they make jokes about the nigga woman pH balance being off. And that joke is mainly pertained to our women because our women got that curse on them, man. Shit, it ain't their pH balance. You cursed, mother.
I said, well, that goes to what when he was reading verse 18. It says, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, them heels and them ankle little chimes and shit that they charms they be having. It just said, and their calls. The word call is a network of hair. Those wigs, those weaves. Now the bitches are wearing this network of hair that they put it on all this long so-called silky hair, which is they don't understand. The Lord says this flat, stringy, crushed hair of Esau, Edom, no life. And then you can still see the neck right in the middle. And at the edges right in the front. It's don't you understand, bitch? I can see that. And they don't care. Because they think just because everything else is wonderful. Bitch, I can see the neck.
They say, it's mine. I bought it.
Yeah, you know what? And it stinks.
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
The 90s.
But
I got the receipt.
Well, that's how they feel. That's how they feel about that's how they feel about them BBLs.
That's it.
They say,
It's mine.
right. And I had a dude say that, because the conversation about men with dealing with fake breasts and you know, or real breasts, and you know, and I've actually dealt with some fake breasts before, and I really didn't care for it.
That's
you
right.
know?
They don't feel right.
It's just like right, and you know,
Synthetic.
And then this was some years ago, so I know that they better now. You know
Right.
but because they hung different and shit. It's like fuck wrong with you, man?
Lopsided.
You know, but nevertheless, you know, they everything about them is fake. Remember that song with Alexander O'Neal? You're a fake,
baby.
Right, right. Everything on you is fake, man.
But they want a real man, though.
You
Oh,
know?
whoa. You think they want a what?
Real.
Look at the meme here. He gotta be over 6'5", have money, a house,
Yes.
2 cars,
Yes.
and like my 8 kids.
Yes.
And this is what
Package deal.
package deal. You know what I'm saying? Then
Guru
hey,
wins.
Right.
That's Summer Walker. That's
I
Summer
know,
Walker.
put this one up.
That's Summer
She
Walker.
said it was her fucking favorite hairstyle. Yeah.
Damn, for real.
Fucking
Damn,
dumbass bitch. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
she-
Summer Walker.
They say
she
she
wrote.
nasty as hell anyway.
Shiva.
Trash.
Who the fuck did this? Power is
in the
number
comment
one.
section. Let
Look
me
at
block her.
this. See, look at this. She really looked like that shit.
Yeah.
Look at her forehead.
Yeah.
Damn, that's the problem from Power.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn,
Yeah.
That's a
Who
vibe.
get fed in the mind.
they really pumped her up too, man.
Oh yeah, they did. Like somebody pumped that clown up.
Well, that's making up for, you know. But there you go, man. He said he would take away smite their crowns, where their hair used to be, and then, like you said, and he took away their
They curved.
their curves, man. And a lot of these women, matter of fact, this one right here got it. She really don't have that nice of a body at all. She got a weird chick to her too.
Yeah, she wide. She wide.
Well, hey,
That's
shit.
plastic.
wide.
That's the whole point.
But this Brazilian butt lift shit, this shit is actually killing women, man. And all white women, all these women are doing this shit, man. You know, and you know, a lot of the, or should I say a lot? All women, all the tribes are doing this shit. You know, the heathen tribes and the women of our tribe.
Everybody trying to be that
They all
queen
trying to
bee.
do that, and then get on, you know, and get on
Social media.
social media. I've noticed that the new thing now is stretching and yoga videos. Every bitch is doing yoga, doing flexing. No, but you know, it's all over YouTube.
Count.
You know, that's like the new hot thing. So these yoga bitches that actually have bodies, now they want to get up there and put their legs behind their head. And I'm not saying I don't like it, but
I do.
you know, shoot, I want one of them yoga bras, man.
They want it for the validation and
But
attention.
the validation and the attention that they want, man.
That's it. And this is what they're getting for all that trying for. Look at her. She look like Muhammad Ali or like this one.
And that's this little chick right here.
Yes. Like remember that.
And she's actually pretty. But
Why you
then
gotta
she
do that?
come out her clothes, and this is what I'm looking at.
That look like that Thai guy.
Look like she got attacked by an animal. or
No,
some
like
shit.
that Thai guy was kicking that Jewish guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was tearing her stomach.
Damn, she
Kara!
You know,
Bang, bang.
it look like her flesh rotten. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because you
It look like a zombie by the torso. You see
Instead of a
it?
girdle.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right
she-
instead of a girdle. Yeah.
Fuck shit up.
She said, I was left with burns and rotting flesh after botched
Damn,
butt-
it was rotting.
after botched butt and boob jobs.
That's what happens. when you
So
go to the
she's not
basement.
even showing her butt and her boobs. So you can imagine what they look like.
Exactly.
So and look at her. She's actually was a pretty girl.
They still proud.
She really didn't need none of that. Right?
She wasn't happy with what the Lord gave
She
her.
wasn't happy with it because the Lord didn't give her no great big old breasts and no great big old butt. But she's a pretty girl, man. Pretty face go a long way with me.
Yeah.
You know? All right. I mean, it really does, man. Because you can have a bomb ass body, but if you got a butter face, you know, I'm not that brother. I ain't
She's
gonna just.
gonna be looking like
Right.
Goro.
This
She
is
gonna make
this is
some
before and
And
after.
look at them. They look sick, man. And then it's not only that. We're talking about, and I hope they got their money back for
No, they
what they
Hell
paid.
no.
But and I know that I was watching a video that a brother sent me, and it was listing all the side effects and the deaths that are happening from this. On top of that, man. You know.
What's his name? The doctor that did
Dr. Miami.
what's that chick's name? The one rapper chick.
Nikki.
Chicago.
Not Nicki Minaj, the one that says bloody shoes.
Cardi
Cardi B, the chick that did her
right here.
butt is the doctor that did her operation went to jail because somebody died under her operation,
Damn.
and they're saying that she's gonna have to sooner or later get her butt redone.
Yeah.
They said they gotta
shit
keep.
was
They
just-
said they
gotta
gotta
keep
keep
doing
going back
it.
and
Yeah,
get
you
it
gotta
done.
keep
Because this goes to say what we said before we started. You could do that. But what the body's going to do is naturally, first of all, if anything comes into the body that was not originally in the body, there's antibodies inside of our body that say, oh, wait a minute, this is anti the body. Let me get this motherfucker outside the body. So if you move fat from one side that was supposed to be there because you ate too much, the body put the fat right there, and this is where it's supposed to be, unless you work yourself out, you eat the right things, do the right things to get your body to be fit and whatever, then you put it to somewhere else, the body's just like, oh shit, how did that get from here to right there? Okay, we're gonna now have a systematic approach to saying, now go send the white cells, send this cells and that cells over here, break that down, move that here, move that, get ready, which is gonna deform you.
If I'm not mistaken, your butt ain't nothing but a big muscle anyways. So you sit there, you sit there and take fat. You trying to escape two curses by taking one of the curses and putting one of the curses where your other curse at. Like he take you where your rend is. All right, and you put it where your flat tire at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't make no goddamn sense.
Hey,
you know
that's beautiful though. That's what the wicked get.
You know?
I had a quick precept.
Bring it out, brother.
Look at that butt, that dimpled butt.
Well, quick too. This is
Look like she got
Proverbs.
shot in the ass with a shotgun, man.
Oh, damn.
Sold off
That's-
shotgun.
Humpty Dumpty.
with buckshot, like that bird shot, that buckshot.
And what's crazy,
Nah,
don't even look like it was all that bad
Well,
until
you
she
ain't-
got the damn surgery.
Ain't nobody
you know
trying to
what
push up on it now.
I mean? Hell no.
Or either maybe her husband came in and called her ride somebody shot in the ass.
The woman's 26-year-old, look like she have a 90 ass or
Yeah, her booty looked 96.
Damn.
Damn.
See, so that was really
the truth, booty.
she wasn't happy with with the way she was, and now look, a man's goings is of the Lord's, man. She got the spirit to put on her to do that, and made her curse worse, man.
Hey,
She probably missing her hair too. There, I guess that's her again. Damn, man, that's. Ooh.
She rocking a bikini
And,
like this.
and you know what? I'd like to see.
Show that.
And I bet you she got all kind of photos before showing off. They got money and all that kind of shit, all kind of wickedness for it, and then this happens. It all backfired on her.
Yeah.
More
Then there's the end phase. You know.
So that's her.
No, I'm just saying that's the end phase.
That's the end
That's
phase.
the end.
Oh yeah, that's what the
Crying the blues.
Yeah,
Different broad, but same result. Now she crying.
What's
All right,
Can I
bring it out, brother.
real quick too? This is Proverbs 16:25. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
That's it.
And that's what these women, it seems right. They think they're gonna get a man or a high value man if they modify themselves. You're just gonna end up more single, miserable, and unhealthy.
No,
All right.
You just gonna get somebody who want to clap some cheeks. Man.
And
Let me tell you, especially you women,
That's it.
you women who actually, especially you women who actually had men of the Lord.
Exactly.
Or had a so-called decent man in your life, but he wasn't enough for you because you wanted more. All right? Let me tell you, and look, you just gonna, I said it before, man, you truly are gonna be like the two butt ends of the bread. Right?
The whole part.
The whole bread.
You're right, because everybody reach in the loaf of bread, touch on that butt,
And
and then they move it out the way and get the one behind it.
Damn.
So don't mistake getting clapped just because you can get somebody to come over Netflix and chill with you. To ride on you, to sit up and smoke some weeds and some Newport with you. All right. You just that end piece of bread, man.
That's right.
But instead of having that man who actually was reaching in to get that bread, but that guy who was actually reaching in to get the rest of you, you tossed him away.
Exactly.
And now you just the end pieces of the bread, and that's the majority of you women, man. And as this society begins to collapse, even more so than what it is, man. I just listened to a video on the way here of how the middle class is practically dead, man. America is done.
Facts.
It really is, and it's gonna show. It's gonna show what I just said is gonna show itself. It's showing itself already to anyone whose eyes is open, but it's gonna show itself undeniably by this spring. I can guarantee you, man. All right, maybe even before the spring come, over these next couple months, because they can't hold off what's happening in Russia, and then what's happening with the economy. That's why they're really pushing for this thing in Russia so hard, because they need this war to get going so they can blame the fall on it and to blame the collapse of the dollar and go digital. They need an excuse. So this Russia thing got to happen, man, because this whole planned demic. It got you there, but it didn't get you there the way they wanted it to. I guess they weren't expecting so much pushback. They got a lot of pushback, man.
That's it.
All right. So that even though they're still holding on to that, because you got these states, even though it's all sorts of, I don't want to say too much, but there's all sorts of evidences and videos of legitimate doctors and medical research that's in opposition to what they're showing you. So you really can't talk about that stuff, but it is. All right. So they just weren't expecting this type of pushback. All right. They just can't. And that also means that they're going to have to eventually shut down this internet. And by the way, Russia is building a pipeline straight to China, circumventing Europe all the way, man. So, so they're getting around these sanctions in every way, form, or fashion. And
some of the European nations are not siding with NATO.
They're not siding with NATO.
Germany and a couple other ones I was hearing are saying like, you know what, we're going to take a step back from this, which goes into private prophecy.
Foreign county.
Yep.
Yeah, foreign county. I know Germany, Croatia, Turkey, and then there's another one that's backing up, saying, "Look, we don't want to have no parts of this." No,
Crimea.
No, not Crimea. It might be France, but basically we're witnessing the 10 toes. You're watching. You're right. I was watching a video with Apostle Elder Tahar, an older video, and they were showing you that the whole Babylonian statute of the four major kingdoms, and then he just happened to be talking about the portion of the Maccabean spirit time, and when and that was in the middle of the statute.
Yep.
And so the time that we're living in, the Maccabean spirit, the Maccabees time, was right around the stomach, just beneath the breastplate. All right, and now we're in the time of the 10 toes, man. That's all. We're at the end of this thing, man.
The clay
We're at the miry clay, right? We're at right. The clay is separating from the iron, man. And so
So his wealth is separated from his damn money.
So any moment, man, it's about to be shots fired. And so once them shots fired, man, China probably gonna go straight into Taiwan. That's gonna kick off. Oh yeah, and then not to mention that they just signed they called it a historic event took place just a couple days ago because I guess China and Russia renewed their vows and agreements.
Exactly.
And basically they're like NATO. They're like the whole. I think they call it Article 5 within NATO. There's something called Article 5 within the NATO country. So if one NATO country goes to war, they all
come and they out. Yeah.
So and then you got NATO countries saying, well, we don't want no parts of it.
Right.
But it was like, well, wait a minute. If we go to war, you going to war, but we don't want no parts of it.
Right.
So you can see. Basically, you having what they call a Mexican standoff,
right?
Where everybody, right? And all it's gonna take it for that one goofy. Everybody go down. Everybody shooting each other at that point.
Somebody's phone ring like this. Get started and shit. That's it, man.
While they all standing there with their weapons and whatnot, they looking at each other weapons saying, "I really don't want to deal with this shit. I really don't want to deal with this shit."
Right, and eventually they all gonna turn their weapons on. You know who? That's exactly what's about to happen.
Tricked us.
Bring it out, brother.
Just to go, in the spirit of what we were saying. Now, this was originally to the 2/3, but they were of their father the devil too. This is Jeremiah 23:12. It says, "Wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein." It says, "For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith Yahweh." So like the elders were saying, man, America is now in a clusterfuck. They cannot afford another war with Russia.
We're $30 trillion in debt.
Can't afford it. But now they have to. This shit has to go on because America can't back down.
Yeah, and then they can't. At this point, they the PNR. If you don't pilots, Air Force, you're the PNR. Basically, if the edge of this table, right? If the edge of this table represented the PNR. The plane just crossed the PNR, which means that we have to go forward. All right, look, if I don't have enough fuel to make it to there, we going down before we make it to that couch. That couch being the land. So once they pass this line, man, America has passed the line of that point of no return. Man. They can't turn back. They don't have enough fuel to make it back. All right. Yes, sir.
Go ahead. But the new the NWO sets up the downfall of this cash environment right here. So America is promoting this thing, and America is pushing this thing. Most High is edging this thing ultimately, but they have to push this thing because the dollar, just like the brother just brought out, the dollar is gone. They can't do anything about that. So they have to do this. This is their plan. Ultimately, we read in the scriptures every day.
Right.
This is the plan of the Most High. Push this thing.
Yes,
so
sir.
he can end it all. So he can come back, show up, and do the thing.
That's right. That's it. No, you're right. And that's pretty much how it's gonna happen. You know. But no, that's exactly. Hey, the brother was dead on point, man. They're past the point of no return. They need this to happen. And the beautiful thing about it, because not only the 10 toes are separated, but Americans are separated. Because you got the states and the judges in America that's completely and totally against, the mandates and the like I said, and all the evidences or the different the counter argument, counter science is saying, look, the cure is doing more damage than the thing itself. Right. They're all against each other, man. It's already done. So they're gonna break up on every. So look, these people, and then the fact that they gotta lie and take a whole demographic and other race of people, you taking whole races of brown people, and when they get to America, you're relabeling them as white.
Right.
All right. These people are done, man.
There was a congresswoman that was actually debating that fact and whatnot, was talking about how they were labeling Middle Easterns, Middle East.
Well, even here in America, Latinos.
Right.
Because a lot of them are not down with being. Some of them are cool with being labeled white, but majority of them are not.
Right.
They're like, shit, we ain't white. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, but this just back to what you're saying, because of the fact that there was a Congress female debate that was Middle Eastern that was saying that. It was like we went through the steps to get this label put into the scenario so that we can get the funding that we needed for our communities in the process of.
Because the Edomites numbers are so small.
Exactly.
They're right. They're not having babies, and then a lot of them that are having babies, their women are getting pregnant. They're getting pregnant by Jake and other brown men.
It's not replenishing their.
So it's not replenishing them, man. Because right now, there's probably a couple million Edomite chicks getting rotted out by Jake right about now.
Right now.
That's right.
Just saying. And other heathens.
Right.
All right?
And a lot
all off beating shit, but they still getting it.
Right now.
Right now as I'm speaking, man.
A lot of them men homosexuals too. They don't even want. They
There
don't
you
even
go.
want one. Yeah, they don't even want no one.
Cooks.
Yeah, what's them what do you call them weirdos what do they call them? The ones that no, the ones who don't like women, incels.
Incels.
You got you got these incels, and you got these weirdo Edomites who just would rather masturbate and watch movies and not touch women.
Wow.
That
It's a
you got a lot of men that they turned off from women, especially Edomite men who got under 6 inches. They got problems. And
they money ain't take. They money ain't keeping a woman.
and that's just it. It's like the conversation that they were told me that the brother Batakla was having with the Asian dude about the little Asian women, and he was like, well, to get Asian women you gotta have money, and Batakla was like, no, nigga, you gotta have money. It's like, I ain't gotta have no money to get them bitches, He said, I got one. You gotta have money to get the right, because then that's just true.
You got the third leg.
All right,
That's right.
when I was a young man, I never had no problem getting any woman, man, especially the heathen women.
That's right.
That's Esau's problem. All right.
Perfect ass.
Okay, what we got?
This is Obadiah chapter. Obadiah verse 2 says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen."
All Esau.
among Edomites and versus heathen nations, the heathens use Esau to survive and make money.
Period.
They don't love.
They don't really
Esau.
like them like that. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Yeah, and Esau gonna find that out, man.
I mean,
And then the scripture say that they
Yeah.
have deceived thee.
Yeah.
Somebody grab that.
And
man.
it's Isaiah the 14th.
Right.
Yeah.
It says,
And
"Thou
Isaiah the
art
14th chapter.
greatly despised." It said, and Esau is greatly despised amongst these heathens, man. You know, the only ones that's really dealing with Esau is your 2/3 niggas, man. That still love this devil. That still trust this devil system. But though hand join in hand, the wicked ain't gonna be unpunished. Verse 3 says, "The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. I'm gonna jump to verse 7. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee." It says, "They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee." It says, "There is none understanding in him." You know, and that just goes into the heathen nations, man. Everybody that was on board that gave power to the beast, mostly the BRICS nations that had to deal with the U.S. dollar for the time being in trade. Hey, they were eating that bread for a little bit, but what? They laid a wound under you.
Yeah.
They bought up all your U.S. debt and then they traded it for gold. And now that your dollar is not worth shit, now they have bargaining power at the table now. Now they don't want shit to do with your dollar, and they don't need you for trade anymore. All right, they're cutting deals. They're backdooring you,
They're
man.
using
That's
each
exactly.
other. Russia going with China, North Korea, and all these other countries. Everybody they set up funds to get away from the American dollar.
Right.
So well, you know what? We're gonna set up this currency. Oh, we're gonna set up this. Then everybody says, okay, we see y'all full of shit. I was watching a video that I think the brother Kodara had put into the group me, and it was a little expose going back to when the Bushes were dealing with Putin early on when Putin first came on the scene, how they would bring him over and they had him and he was cool with them. But over time, they were showing different things that America would do that Putin eventually started changing his rhetoric to the point when the major factor was Libya. And they went and got Omar Gaddafi for no fucking reason.
Right.
And he came out all the other times. He's like, okay, cool. When they did, he said, well, I don't know if I can support that. He said, I mean, they could have brought him to the court if he was so bad. He brought the bam, and he kind of moved his hands back. But ever since then, he's been like, man, fuck America, man, because America is now being that shameful spewing, that skirt
Big
being
hypocrite.
lifted up. That everybody's starting to see. You can run the game for so long, but when you're not paying back on the other side,
You know, it's just like, you know, when you got that other woman, man. They usually decent for, you know, a couple years, maybe. All right, and then
I want to be
then they start showing, you know, they true nature, the true nature, the jealousy, you know, and all, or you start learning more and more shit about them. You know, you start seeing the parts of them like, damn, man, you know, you start getting to see the real them, right? Then because now they, you know, you pass the excitement of all, you know,
honeymoons wore
all
off.
yeah, and then you start to see, you know, and it's like, damn, man, I'm fucked.
Well,
You
just
know?
like I will get you sucker.
And
She had the hair, she had the tits, the ass.
She was
and
fine as hell.
As soon as she got in the
She came
bedroom, she
out.
taking off the wig, she taking off the titties, she took off.
We
pulled
all
off
got
the
our
button.
secrets, baby. No, damn, that's no, man. And see, what's happening is that
You stupid.
Esau see himself falling, man.
That's right.
Somebody give me 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter. And
Right, because Europe is more scared of getting cut off the gas supply from Russia than they are.
then they are saints from America.
Right, because the Americans.
And then not only that, man, America, like we've said many and many a times, man, America has forced European nations to break ties with people that they were actually having good business with and cool with. It's like, well, damn, well, we ain't got no problem with them. We were actually making money, and so basically, the other nations were forced to do things that actually hurt their economy and hurt their country just to support America, man. And people, are, you know, and people are like, you know, tired of America. Like, why it's got to always be about you, man? Why Marsha?
Yeah.
All right, it's always got to be about you.
That's right. But
You
see,
know?
it's now if you tie in what they did with this whole slamdemic, every single nation on the planet followed America and the rhetoric. And now you got millions of different people who are in these nations coming against their own nations and having hundreds of thousands of doctors, hundreds of thousands of scientists giving accurate facts, bringing out data, going to the CDC.
Don't say too much.
Going to the BB blue bop and bam, and then showing them here's the paperwork saying this and this and that. Why is this not this and that? Why all these economies are falling? Go look at Canada right now. All right,
Well,
see how many truckers are trying to get up to
Yeah,
Ottawa.
well, another thing too is that a lot of things increased on the negative side since certain things too, because I think they said miscarriages went up 300%. Cancer went up 300%. All directly
Heart
connected
problems.
to the people who did the thing. So we're gonna leave it alone. Give me that 1 Corinthians, because see the Esau Edom sees that he's falling out of power. That's why he's so trying to push that and push this transhumanism shit. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and start at 39 and 40, then jump to 51, and Lahab bring out whatever you got first.
This is no.
Let Lahab bring out whatever he got first, and then we're gonna bring it out.
It's gonna be that scripture, but I'm gonna get back to Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. It says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Because we're coming into the times where like he's saying, the things going on with these wicked people, they want to align themselves to be made perfect. They want to skip to this or the end result of whatever fruit of what we're about to receive in this lifetime, and that just can't be. Right now is the coming destruction of all of that.
Read that again.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
So all this crooked dealings and everything that America's been doing, they can't straighten it out now.
They can't, and this is why it's leading you up to what I'm about to have this brother read about. There's a show called Archive 81 on Netflix.
I've been watching it.
And I saw this shit is so weird. It's so fucking. It's been a hard watch for me because it's so fucking weird.
And it jumps around so much, and it's like it's hard to pay attention.
But little bit by little bit, it's starting to reveal. It's all about transhumanism and going to the next level. And it's even a brother. Then I watched the sit down that one brother did on it, and it proved that they've been studying the DNA of Jake since Egypt. So I've always said that whole 23andMe and all that DNA shit was really Esau trying to figure out who among the heathen is the elect. They trying to find that God gene, and they want to be gods, man. All right, because they're trying to make themselves gods. That's why movies like Transcendence, all these movies where they got all this technology put in them. The remake of the Westworld, the remake of what was the one that Arnold Schwarzenegger did back in the day? Recall. They did a remake with Colin Farrell and what's the little bad bitch, Kate Beckinsale? No, that was Kate Beckinsale. But nevertheless, all these everything's about transhumanism in the cartoons, all right, in the movies.
Well, they realized that, like I said, through all the research, that they don't have that gene. So now they gotta try to figure out how they go be immortal.
They're trying to make themselves gods. Basically, they're trying to get around their curse. They're trying to stay in power.
Exactly.
Hey, I got news for you, red people. It ain't gonna happen.
You can't do it.
It ain't gonna happen, man. You're gonna lose. And slavery is in your near future. No matter what you do, all right. No matter what you do to me, that's not gonna stop any of that. It's still gonna happen. All right.
That's right.
And if you get rid of me, you're gonna have to still deal with me later on. You how right is out.
And
It's gonna be worse. You know?
All right, what you got?
But go ahead and bring that out, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, starting at verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh.
Right. So for all you you black only Israelites and you Kemet folks, just because somebody got melanin don't mean they're your people, dummies.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
The whole world was melanated, man, but they still were all different races.
That's right.
All right. Just because someone's got brown skin, Esau label them white, depending, but but just because somebody has brown skin don't mean that they're your people, man. But go ahead.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
It says, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another of flesh of beasts.
Right, and Esau's been trying to mix them together. You know, he's constantly doing some little wicked, crazy ass experiment. You know, yeah, dude, you got a dude walking around with a pig heart, all kind of little weird videos. Of you mixing bug DNA, mixing animal DNA. Esau just a creep, man. You know. All right, go ahead.
Another of fishes and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies.
So this is also how you know that diseases and shit like that don't transfer from animal flesh to human flesh without the aid of some sort of scientific help.
Yup.
All right, because
Making
they're
it
different.
jump.
Yeah, to make it jump. Because if that was the case, then a man could get a damn, you know, a man could get a gazelle pregnant or a damn sheep pregnant. He can't. All he do, you know, all that Edomite that does that, you know. Oh damn, did I say that? That all he does is get gonorrhea and then come give it to his wife.
Oh.
All right, that's all. That's the matter of fact. If I'm not mistaken, I think they say that gonorrhea and herpes both can be traced back to them, you know, banging sheep and animals and shit, back to them damn Roman orgies and shit, where they were fucking everything, including animals. Animal can't even animal can't even be without being
Animal
defiled.
gotta get
Like shit, nigga, I pull buggies. What the fuck you doing?
And that was why the Lord would tell when he said go in and destroy these people.
The
I
beast
want
too.
nothing.
Destroy
Now we
everything.
understand why he said kill the beast, man.
Kill everything.
Now the animal
all
mad as hell.
depends.
Now I gotta die too, cause your fruity freaky ass. That's right.
Right.
He said I'm already a beast of burden.
That's it.
You know.
I wasn't built for your sexual pleasure.
But go ahead, brother.
God damn. It says, hitting verse 40 again, it says, there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
And see, that's just it. You know, Jake got that God gene in him, man. That terrestrial body gene. All right, and Esau don't have it.
That's right.
And he's angry.
He wants it.
He wants it bad, man.
That was part of the Slaki. That was part of the blessing. Esau got his temporary shit now, but Jacob is going to get something that lasts forever. Something like
Screenshot that and send it to me. Bob.
extraterrestrial,
Right.
right? Because like the scriptures going to, we ain't gonna get tired. We ain't gonna need to eat. We gonna eat just off the pure pleasure of it. Cause me personally, I love food, so I'm just eat because not I need to eat, but I can.
You're a chef too.
Hey, we're gonna be in league with the stones. But so basically, what that means is it's like ridiculously cold outside. It won't affect us.
You'll be numb to it.
It'll be like we just sitting there chilling, right? And you know, all our servants are trying to bring you food while you shaking. You know?
Right. You in the tank top.
Right.
You swole as hell in the tank top.
Right.
Below zero weather.
Right, so exactly, man. The gifts and the things that we actually going to be in league with the elements, where we're going to be able to control all things, and there's nothing they can do about it, man. Absolutely nothing. No matter how much oppression you give to us for these last few moments, these last few seconds of your rulership, all right. There is nothing that you can do to stop what we're reading and what we're talking about. But go ahead, Capo.
You want me to jump up?
Jump up to 51. Come on.
This is
Straight to when we get bright burned up in this motherfucker.
This is
Right.
First
If
Corinthians.
you haven't seen the movie Brightburn, that's a good look at what we're gonna be like, and what you see in that movie is amazing, and it's gonna be. I still believe that whoever wrote that movie, man, was listening to my damn lessons. but nevertheless, because I'm like, damn, I watched that movie. It's like shit. I've been saying this way before this movie came out.
Right.
But damn, but that's just gonna be a small.
Inkling.
Yeah, because our minds can't even conceive the things that we're gonna actually be able to do when the Lord, you know, finally give that to us. And Yahweh Ratazah, we are those men.
Control the elements themselves.
That's right. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
And same thing Ezra's talked about, taking off the mortal, putting on the immortal. Same thing Job talks about. When my change come, you know.
Verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Right, because when the Lord take away the stony heart and he give us that new mind, the law is gonna be written inside of us. We're not gonna be able to go off no more.
No going off, no
The wages of sin is death. So death is not gonna be. It's not gonna have no effect on us.
Right.
Man.
So that those immortal,
Right.
because it tells you in the beginning, man, that man, man was created to be but the Israelite man was created to be immortal, man.
That's right.
All right, that was the Lord always had a chosen people, man, and before we were called the Israelites, we were called the sons of God. All right, the Bible clearly states that the three classes of people. All right, you got the sons of God, that's the Israelites. All right, before they were called Israelites, those are what people call the Anunnaki or the damn Nephilim, all that madness. Those were the sons of God. All right, that's a serious misunderstanding on their part. And then you had the sons of men, which were the heathen nations. All right, and then you had the sons of the wicked, who are the children of Esau. It's as simple as that. So you got the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. And the sons of the wicked are the people who refer to themselves as white today, and not the ones who actually lineage go back to the Israelites,
Right.
but the actual so-called white people.
And they the so-called, and they're the nation that the Lord said, I have made the wicked for the day of evil. So he made them ultimately to destroy them and discard them. They have a use right now in a present temporal evil world, but after
no more evil world.
After that,
don't need them.
That's it. They're done. They're gonna after their punishment. All right. Then you eradicate them. Then the sons of God are gonna rule over the sons of men. All right, in the kingdom for eternity.
I got a precept real quick.
Simple as that.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 2 verse 27. It says, "Be not weary, for the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." It says, "The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord."
That's right.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing. They right, and then when they do, we gonna be able to hear their thoughts.
Exactly.
What was that? What was that you just thought?
Right? No, they gonna say something. You just gonna look at them. They gonna be like, "Did he hear me?"
Yeah, of course I did.
I'm like, "Yeah." Right?
Hey.
What you just thought?
They don't be like, "Ham."
Right.
Like you said,
What's up, master?
Like you said, the sons of God. The sons of God. So when in the Old Testament when it was talking about the men of renown, that was still talking about us.
It's Sirach 44.
That's it. They're still talking about us, the men of renown. Why? Because we was the ones that was, like I said, before we was the Israelites, we were the sons of God. And those was the men. Like you got the Jay-Z's and this, that, and other now. We was those men of renown back then.
It was right.
And even sons of God, it still transfers to Yasharala. He's the Prince of Power, man.
Prince of Power.
You know? Come on.
Can't make this up.
This is Psalms chapter 2 verse 1. "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Like Esau, he's raging. Here Elon Musk, you making this nigga work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week to try to develop this chip or this thing, this Neuralink, because you're trying to get immortality. It's vain. You trying to climb up some other way. Right. You can only get immortality by this straight and narrow path.
Exactly.
You gotta have faith, and you have to go through the trials and tribulations that Yahweh Shem Yahushua set before his soldiers. And they man, the soldiers are gonna overcome. That's the only way to immortality.
And he said, in that Amos 3:1, you only have I known of all the on the earth. Therefore will I punish you, because you're set for immortality.
That's right.
I'm only punishing you. The straight gate is only for you. The way to be purified and perfected, to be immortals, all right, is only for you Israelites, and you're going to rule over the nations, man. That's right. They are if you're royalty, all right, and royalty must have subjects to rule over.
Otherwise, you're not royalty.
Then right. So the royalty, the Israelites, those that's going to be perfected as these gods and judges and rulers, all right, we're going to rule over the heathen nations, all right, and then the nation of people that the Most High made to be the wicked, is no more need for them in a world that's full of
good things.
In a world that's full of all good things that's being ran with righteousness. We don't need a nation who is all they
Contrary.
mind is
Contrary
to
to us.
Right, it's wicked. Hey,
let Pop that.
God. Hey, what the scripture say? In the land of righteousness, he shall deal unjustly. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
exactly what they're doing.
You know, so,
When you look at all the things that they're doing over there, giving that thing to children, giving that thing to old people, giving that thing to their to their population, and also we can't not talk about what's going on in Tel Aviv and in Pink City. All right, which is completely, everyone knows what goes over there. And the funny thing is, since the and guess who shut that down? Because you ain't heard nothing about that since the since this whole thing kicked off. So the Lord is slowly bringing and destroying all this thing.
Right. That's it.
As a matter of fact, now I think about it, I don't think that's went on.
I haven't heard about it.
And that's been 2 years now. So it's a wrap, man. We gonna get ready to get your last scriptures.
Yes, sir.
Because yeah, you know what? I don't think that's going on. That's a sign in itself, man.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
You know?
I mean, I haven't searched for it, but I haven't heard of it.
No, but I'm just recalling it wasn't on the news. If it would have happened,
televised.
because they were over. Yeah, they televised and talk about it and celebrate it. All that they were showing you over there was the riots and the shit that was going on because people were bucking up against their government and the mandates, and then all the other shit that's going on between them and the Palestinians. That's all you heard about over these last couple of years, man. So hey, hand claps, man. Seems like the Lord put a stop to that shit, man. All right, and like He's gonna put a stop to all this wickedness that's been going on.
Well, I mean, He's been slowing everything down. Yeah, I mean, if you go look at the different festivals here in Chicago.
Yeah, because they didn't have it here.
Right. Yeah, and Lollapalooza used to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. It was truncated to just a few. You used to have the Taste of Chicago. You would have just droves of people coming in. Yep. The Lord has taken away all the mirth out of America.
Yeah, I was at the ice skating rink the other day. Did a lesson in the park. And that usually ice cream, yeah.
Oh, big corner pop.
And it's usually so crowded on the ice you could barely see the ice, man. It was just a few people on there, man. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, this will be the last one, brother. Go ahead.
Cunt. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse. I'll start at 42. He answered me and said, "This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide."
Read that again, brother. See, certain things the Lord says just roll off the tongue in such a way that it's just like, wow. Go ahead, brother.
He answered me and said, "This present life, all right, this present evil world, all right, is not the end where much glory doth abide. Wherefore, therefore, they have prayed for the weak, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end." Everything is going to be in the balance, all right, according to the Most High God. Everything is going back to its nature, all right. It says intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up.
That's right.
All right, and so this is where we're, begging the Lord to hasten that day. All right, till we get to the day of doom. All right, the doom of this present evil temporal world, and then the beginning of the immortality for to come. All right, the kingdom of heaven. All right, where this earth is going to be ran. Matter of fact, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Right?
All right.
So that means when you read all those laws that make you uncomfortable in Leviticus and in Numbers.
Make your head hurt.
Yeah, no, right. All those laws about death to specific activities.
Yep.
All that's going to be, those are heavenly laws that are going to be in earth as it is in heaven.
That's right.
All right, just know that.
You're right. Right. And good is going to be prevalent and not evil.
So like these women is getting jacked up, and trying to get around their curses. We're not gonna have to worry about that anymore. Because we're not gonna our women won't be getting put to death for adultery and or other things like that, or idolatry or anything else. The men neither, because that's a death sentence for both the man and the woman. But we're not going to have to worry about that sort of thing anymore, because the Lord's going to write his laws into our inward parts, man. And that's, and like the brother said earlier, we won't be able to go off to transgress the law. Therefore, the immortality will kick in. All right. So and ain't nothing you can do to stop this. The wheels are turning, man. What was that old Journey song? Wheels in the sky keep on turning. Is that talking about the chariots? I have to go back and re-listen to that song. I never really thought about it till now.
And like the apostle said, when the prophecy train has left the station, ain't nothing you could do, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen according to the will of the Father. And the will of the Father is to give his only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, and his only begotten nation, the Israelites, eternal, righteous kingdom, all right, where we're going to rule with the ways and wisdom of the Most High God, man. Right. And it's going to be beautiful, man. Nice, all right, and everybody going to, and like because these curses right now, all right, why try to put them off you when that's what's cleansing you? The straight gate is was purifying and perfecting.
We are like partakers of the sufferings of
Yahushua.
How do you like partakers if you're not suffering?
Exactly. And then how you gonna be glorified with him if you didn't suffer with him?
And that's the reason why I think the Shafter's dream, periodically.
Oh my God.
And what was that question?
He had asked Elder, what does it mean where it's written that we will be in league with the stones?
That's in Job.
The stones will be in Job. Will be in league with the
He and the
stones.
animals.
It reminds me of that movie
five.
Avatar, and how we were connected.
They were
with
connected
nature,
to everything.
to nature, everything. The
And how they
earth.
will walk up and connect to a plant,
the
connect
tree,
to an animal,
yeah,
to
That's
the
what
trees.
Brother Dawabka, but answer, he said we will be at peace with everything on the earth. At H-World, the animals, trees, anything and everything will be at peace with the Israelites.
Like in
The 1/3
Genesis.
right now, and all Israelites in the kingdom.
Yeah. So basically, brother, that being in league with the stones mean you be to jump off the mountain, fall off the mountain, and not get hurt when you hit the stones below. You're literally going to be in league with the stones,
And
with
the
everything.
elements, and
With
we'll
the
have,
elements.
we'll have angelic power, man.
Right.
We can communicate with animals. We'll be able to control the elements like
Walk
Paul
through
did.
a wall.
Yeah. Matter of fact, any heathen does some wickedness to the animals, we're gonna know about it. They're gonna straight,
Dr. Doolittle.
Hey,
Right.
well,
So they gonna all wicked, all manner of wickedness and disorder will be done away with. And then when it is done, because that's the beauty of us having it put in our inward parts, the other nations aren't a part of that covenant, so they're gonna still go off. All right, and that's where that 144,000, those are the judges of the earth forever. That's right. Forever. So basically, when the skies crack and you hear that thunder, and and a couple judges come flying in, everybody's gonna see them coming in, and everybody's gonna know that they're not there. They're coming there to judge. All right, somebody's about to get judged, and you best believe the people that are whatever guilty of the crime, the elders and the heads of the city's gonna already be bringing them. Here they go, right here.
you got him.
Get them, right? Because they ain't gonna want that to fall on them. All right. Yeah, right. Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash,
Wa Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Turn.